trusting your soul's calling, specifically as a woman of faith. I'm so excited to bring on Erica today, where we are going to have this conversation around trusting your soul's calling and her journey into quantum illumination, Reiki, what landed her here, how it is that she's navigating, what has been different, what has conspired over the last 6 months, which has been crazy. And so I'm so excited to have this conversation. Let me just bring Erica on. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. It is Thursday and we are that much closer to Friday.
We are doing the thing in your mom room. The kids
Yes.
have pizza.
Yes, I ended up with a spare thing after school that I was not prepared for. So it got even that much more fun.
I love this so much. Well, first things first, I'm so excited that you're here. I was like just feeling into what like the topic of conversation would be so good to have. And really, like what came through was trusting your soul's calling because you have gotten like so good at this that it just comes so natural. The hair, it's the teacher look.
We're
It's
lucky
fine.
there was only one back there.
Like, tell me you're a teacher and a mom without telling me.
That.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna raise my chair because it looks like I don't have clothes on. I have clothes on, okay? Okay, that's better. Like that was weird. So yeah, you've gotten so I don't even I know I said good at it, but it's not even really the words that I want to use because it's more of like, oh, but I just trust me and my higher power more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for all the people, for all the souls, if you want to tell us who you are, where you're from, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Right. Excuse me. It's obviously my voice is coming and going. We have had a week this week. But I am Erica. I am a quantum illumination Reiki master healer. I I am a mom of three boys, a bonus daughter. I have a crazy dog, a crazy cat, a husband who is retired Army, now a truck driver regionally, so we still only see him on weekends. And I this year stepped out and became a full-time teacher for our county schools in the first grade. Um, I am in the state of North Carolina, and um, just mom and hard and teaching hard and
Yeah.
trying to make
So
sure there's still space for me.
yes, and I feel like you're like doing it. You're like really great with boundaries. And I know that wasn't always the case. I think this could be such a good topic of conversation. And it's just funny because I can't remember who it was that I was talking to the other day, but I was like, I have a tendency to magnetize a lot of teachers. We magnetize a lot of
Yes.
teachers in our world, which is so funny. And I don't know where that came from. But yeah, and Master Healer. So last week, Erica just got attuned to level 2 of Master Healer, and we're going into level 3 next month, which is I'm so
Ah,
excited.
yeah, same. I am like, I'm ready. I feel like I kind of felt like there was a time, and I think it had more to do with my job, but
Hmm.
where I kind of got overwhelmed in the personal and professional over here. I don't want to say I pulled away because I didn't pull away, but I wasn't like reaching out to try and share what I had
Yeah,
as much, but I feel like in that moment I just needed to keep it.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm feeling we are still overwhelmed in this space, but we have uh teams and backup within the school system, and I know I made the statement where I feel like after the attunement it kind of made me feel something.
Oh, we lost you.
Am I back?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't know what just popped up. It was a weird thing that popped up. But so after that attunement, like I feel like it brought some feelings up that I had been trying to kind of not necessarily pretend weren't there, but like I had a good excuse for not fully feeling. And
Yeah.
I allowed myself to go ahead and say, you know what, that is an excuse. There needs to be more awareness here, for myself and for others. So
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Okay. So I kind of want to backtrack and not necessarily start at the beginning because we'd be here for hours, but I want to say about 2 weeks ago, I think it was our attunement week actually for level two, the very first attunement for level two. That was a year ago that week was when I did the secret behind the scene launch. And you were the first one that was like for months. You were actually, it was probably longer than months. You were like, let me in.
I was like, let me just go ahead and pay because you know I'm coming, you know I'm gonna
Yeah.
be a part of it. Just go ahead.
Yes. I love that. And you guys were like such big cheerleaders along the way. You're like, I don't care what you're doing. I don't even care when it starts. Just let's go. And I'm like,
That's right.
ah.
Absolutely. No matter what was gonna be a part of it. Yes.
Yes.
I
And
think
and
I
I
told
was
my
like,
husband, I was like, we will go in debt. We are gonna make this happen. I do not care. Like,
I love that. Because there's always a return on investment, right? It's like, it's not like you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're not doing anything. You're going to feel better. You're going to raise your
yep.
vibration. Your family's going to feel amazing. You're going to make an impact and you're going to be able to offer sessions so you can be able to have that energetic exchange as well. Like, right?
Absolutely. Yep. And he was
Yeah.
100% for it. So he
Yes,
had
I
no
love that.
doubt.
I love that. Yeah, he's already like, I know, I know. So Erica and I have been working together off and on for years now. And I know you've even been in the Evolution membership officially for 2 years now, which is
Yes.
crazy. And so tell us, actually, I kind of want to, yeah, tell us like how you were feeling like last year, like this time last year, because we just started this year in March with the certification program. Um, and so, yeah, like this was like even like 6 months before even starting the certification.
So yeah, this time last year I was actually at a family reunion in the mountains with barely any phone signal when I got the message
Mm,
that the doors were opening.
that's right.
Yes. I was in a job that was high anxiety for me, taking kind of, I don't want to say it was taking me back to some bad habits, but it was pushing me into not so good of a space for myself mentally. And I definitely appreciated the evolution membership for the support that I had there. But even then I didn't have the boundaries I don't think that I have now. Um I'm a completely different person already. It's only been a year. I definitely like was allowing for cycles to continue that didn't need to be continuing. Like I said, a little bit of a toxic environment for myself where I was at the time, and just needing to find space or a place or a way to gather myself to be able to release that part of everything. Woo, saw that one coming. And it's the anxiety movement. It's I can't help it. Like I'm confident, I'm comfortable, I'm here, but I will forever twist my ring when I
Yeah.
do things.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Um, but yeah, no, I honestly I don't think that I would recognize the person that I was a year ago. Um, and like you said, we've worked together for years. Like I look back on who I was, what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Not the same.
Not even close, like leaps and bounds, a completely different person. I can promise you that a year ago, I would not have been on IG Live.
You're like,
I was,
no. So
Oh
we'll
no,
not
I
be
can't
doing
do
that.
that. I have to edit myself and make sure that I say the right things and I don't like you had us record videos for certain things. And I remember one time I was like, oh my God, that took 6 tries. That took my daughter had to double check behind me. I was like, no, oh my God, I can't do that again. That was just too much. And then it was like after our first attunement, you were like, okay, IG live. I was like, okay, we'll try this.
Yes, yes, and I love it. And it's like, so definitely totally more confident. Boundaries, just unapologetically. And it doesn't mean that sometimes we're not like, oop, like not back into an old pattern, but it's presenting an opportunity for us to like either walk through the door or not. And sometimes we're like, yeah, the door on the right sounds good. And it's like, actually, no, that's not what's in alignment. Right. And I know that you've had those moments before, too, or like even like in the recent past where it was like, actually, this needs to be a boundary that I've let cross, and this is not good. And I love those moments too.
I feel like that's a lot of room for growth. Like you
Hmm.
realize that like, okay, I had set this boundary before and I felt like maybe I had grown past it or whatever that boundary might be, like it just kind of slipped. Because let's face it, we're human, human
Yeah.
experiences. I say that
Yeah.
to my children in my classroom all the time because I'm like, guys, Miss Smithers is a human. She makes mistakes. Like it's fine. I acknowledge it. I apologize if I need to apologize and we move on and I do better next time. But like that's literally it. Like we're here. We're doing the best we can with what we've been given and what we have on our plate at that time. And if that means that sometimes that a boundary slips every now and then when I realize that it slipped a little, I'm like, oh, you know what? Mm, not so comfortable with that as I thought I was going to be. It's not really okay. It's not.
Yeah.
You just get it
Yeah.
back under control and keep trucking.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, what was like that breaking point for you when you were like, okay, no, but I have to draw the line in the sand, and like because I know this is a big thing for us as healers. It's like the people pleasing and the boundaries. Like, what was that like last year before you really started anchoring into having those boundaries?
Um, I was being put into a position where I had to make choices between professional and familial things and being put into a position where, like I said, my mental health and to some extent my physical health. I mean, I was being put on blood pressure medication. I got put on anxiety medication. I like there was a lot of stuff going on, and it's one of those things where I think like I sat back and I looked at the choices and decisions that I'd had to make between, like I said, professional or family, and the decisions that I was having to make for my personal medical health or and mental health, and they weren't okay. They weren't okay choices. I had made a statement before, if it came down to my children or a job, it would never be a question. It would never be an issue. And I allowed it for a moment to become an issue. And when I realized that is what was happening or what had happened in that moment, I all the brakes. I was no, that is
Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And it's like, I remember that day when you were like, I just did this thing. And I was like, yeah, you did. Because it's one of those things where it was like a line in the sand moment and you decided. Was there any kind of moment of like, oh, should I have not done that? Should I have not drawn that boundary?
Um, I feel like I still sometimes have those moments like was this the right choice? And part of that is not even so it goes back to the people pleasing or even in as much as the people that I was loyal to, like I concern
Yeah.
myself for their well-being because I'm not there to support and I still kind of see what's happening, but it's one of those things where all it takes is a second for me to think about what I get to be a part of now. And yes, do not get me wrong. I'm a beginning teacher. First year, it is not where my degree is. My degree is in child development, but I don't have a license to teach as of yet. We are working towards that so that I can be a licensed and officially accredited and all of that fun stuff. Um, but I'm like, I still have to work pretty, like, really hard at what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
I still have to, like, sometimes I am at school until 5 or 6 o'clock. Sometimes there are meetings that like I said, today I had forgotten that I had to be a part of something that was an after school situation. And it was like, oh, hey, yeah, all right. And then it went a little bit longer than I planned, but my kiddos are still right there with me, and I'm
Mhm.
still reachable. And I'm a lot more confident and comfortable in, hey guys, my kid's like right outside that door and he needs me right now. Like, I will be right back. And it's not going to be frowned upon. It's not going to be any type of issue. It won't be a problem. And having that comfort and that knowledge and that awareness that myself and my family is important in this. Like, even I have a doctor's appointment coming up, and I had turned in paperwork for it so that I could have the time off. And I was like, look, if I need to change this appointment because, whatever. And she's like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am,
Yes.
your health comes first. This is important. You need to make sure this is taken care of. And I'm like, all right, okay, like,
I love that.
done and done. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yes, there have been moments where I might have gone, oh, would we be in a better position right now financially, whatever. But we're not in a bad position. I just had to reconfigure my budget because we get paid differently. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like, and I know that you noticed when I started, my husband has made several comments about my joy being more my joy. Um,
Um,
being more the me that he met before adult life became what it was, and definitely more myself than I had been in a while. And that is huge. And finding the confidence to be able to step out and take that.
yeah. It's irreplaceable.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that wouldn't have been me a year ago. I would have still been okay. I'll
Yeah.
just keep going, trucking along, doing what I have to do, and not getting to be a part of my children's lives, not getting to be, available, not allowing myself to be present, and honestly not taking care of myself the way that I needed to be taking care of myself.
Yeah. What a shift. And this is like just such a good reminder that our boundaries, like people aren't going to like them and it doesn't matter because when we feel better, everybody's impacted. And that is like on such a deep level and that is such a gift. Um so okay, I want to talk about like you really stepping into your soul's calling. There's a few different things that like are coming through around this. And so okay, during the certification program, I think it was sometime this summer, when you decided to walk, and I don't know what happened, but several people had a shift in their like in their positions at work and their jobs at work. They were writing books, they were channeling new modalities, they were like soul codes and like it was all kinds of like moving parts. And I'm like, what? Wow, you guys are ascending.
There were a lot of shifts in that group. I was like,
A lot of shifts.
even having had a shift in that, I was like mind blown. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's so wild. And I'm like, I said that traditional styles of Reiki are for awakening. You're ascending now, and what's not going to be with you going forward is going to fall away. Let it fall. And so you did, and you drew the boundary. And when you did this, I remember you putting in several different resumes, right? And you're like, actually, it's this one. So talk about like how like you really coming into, and I want to talk you about you stepping into a healer as well because this is a really fun conversation too. But like you stepping into like becoming a teacher because I remember when we first met, like Erica wasn't out of the healer closet, she wasn't out of the witchy closet. She was still doing like in like you were doing in home daycare too, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And so for you to be like, actually, no, I want to get back into the class, or I want to get into the classroom. I want to do this path. And for it to be like, oh, okay, but no, it's this or nothing else. So talk about like that process and what that looked like and making that decision and how things fell together for you.
Um, so I had actually at a time completely stepped away from working in childcare or child development in any way, shape, or form. And my whole life has always like I've always been going to work with children in some way, shape, or form. Like that has always been what it was going to be. And so to have pulled out of that, I feel like at the time it was kind of out of necessity and kind of maybe finding a way to stretch myself because there were aspects of what I had been doing that I didn't want to be um, saddled with, which sounds horrible. But there are aspects in childcare that just didn't didn't fit. It
Yeah.
just didn't. It felt icky.
Yeah.
It was a no for me. But so I just wanted to kind of stretch out and try some other things, and so I did that. And while I was there, I realized that I really missed that contact with the kiddos, with that learning, that developing and growing of little humans
Yeah.
like into the bigger humans. And it that's always just been a passion of mine. And so when I finally decided that enough was enough and I stepped away from where I was and moved into um I was actually going to take some time just for me, but I had volunteered at the school that I am currently at, and ended up after volunteering becoming a substitute immediately, because I realized how much I missed that space, that kind of the learning environment, the growing, the developing, the changing and molding and all of that great. Like it was just an amazing feeling back to be back there. And while I was there, I just made an offhanded comment about, hey, if you ever need a teacher full time, I'm willing. I'll take the classes, I'll take the steps, I'll do the like whatever, let me know. Um, and over the summer, I just finally was like, you know what? We've got open positions. I'm going to fill out this paperwork. Like, all they can do is either not call me or say no, thank you.
Hmm.
We'll keep in touch for next time, whatever the case may be. Um, and that's a big deal in itself because no, thank you was not something that I was very good at hearing. I don't think anyone's really good at rejection, but like it was just something that like it was a huge fear. It was a huge like anxiety ridden situation for me. Like it would send me into a tailspin, and having that, okay, you know what? All they can do is say no or no thank you or just not be in touch. Fine, whatever. And filling out applications, I filled out two for two different positions. Both were teaching positions, different grade levels. Um, And honestly, by the time they called me, I was like, oh, better luck next year. Maybe they already filled the positions. It was like we were more than halfway through summer. I was like, that's fine. I'll just substitute again. It's no big deal. I know we always need the help. And so I was fully prepared to go back into this year as a substitute and do the best I could with what I had, and was going through a whole family situation with the health of my father. And literally the same time I got the news about that, I got the phone call about an interview. I got multiple phone calls from another company that was also trying to hire me on for something similar to the position that I had just left. And I was offered both positions. And honestly, when I went in for the interview for the other position, I was like, I just, I'm keeping it real with you guys. Like, I also had an interview for like what is my dream job. And if they offer me this position, that's just that's going to be my choice. And I don't want you to bank on me and have that happen and have you guys have no other choices. So I just want you to be aware. And she was like, well, we appreciate your honesty. We appreciate the awareness. They still gave me documentation and paperwork so that if I was not offered that position, I could fill that paperwork out and be there as soon as possible. And I was offered the position at the school, and I called him and let him know. I was like, I am so sorry. I thoroughly enjoyed that interview and getting to know those people and felt like it would be a place that I could be confident and comfortable in and would have been a much better situation. But I got this and I was like, I have to take this. I have to.
Oh my God.
And
Just hearing
and I'm
how
still kind of smitten with it.
I know, I could see it. I'm like, every time we talk about it, I'm like, I love this for you so much because it is like your jam. I'm like, I want to be in Mrs. Smithers' class. I'm like, dance parties and kindness. That sounds fun. Oh my
Hey,
God.
if you need a hug, I'm here. No.
I love hugs. I'm a hugger. I'm like a real hugger, not like this tap tap
Oh
stuff.
no, no. I have a kiddo that like runs and jumps and it's just like
Oh, that's so
full
cute.
body. It's
I
amazing.
love it.
Oh,
I love it. So, okay, so I want to like tie this together with quantum illumination Reiki as well, but okay, so we know like a year ago, no about like the boundaries weren't great. You were in a job you didn't love. It was causing a lot of health issues, was button heads with like the boundary that you wanted for yourself with kiddos. Hubby was noticing that it's like, this is not my Erica. And also you guys were going through a massive transition too with him ending his like retiring from the military, which is terrifying when you've been in for
yes.
so long. We're on the brink of that. And
Yes.
Matt started to talk about that the other day, and I was like, shh.
Yeah. Stop.
I'm like,
Not there yet.
you're fine. You're gonna be fine. We're fine.
It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm like, the good news is we're not the only ones that's ever been through this, so it's fine. But
Exactly.
yeah, so okay, so we started quantum illumination Reiki in March,
March.
the certification program. We're the crazy ones. You guys are like buckled in for the craziest stuff because we started during Mercury retrograde. We started level 2 shortly before another Mercury retrograde. We ended it during eclipse season for level 2. Like, and I'm pretty sure when we end level 3, it's going to be right around Mercury retrograde again.
I say I'm pretty sure you just really like to test the waters on things
Like, what
and
did
to
I?
see what kind of curveballs that you can put out there. Just
The healing community says don't do this, and I'm like, don't do what?
like, poke that button. We're gonna go for it and see what happens.
Exactly. So, I mean, I know why, but like for the people, what drew you to quantum illumination Reiki? I know that you've had sessions for years. Like you've been in our membership for 2 years, and even before then you were joining our group sessions. Like what drew you to quantum illumination?
Um, some of the sessions that I had been a part of, the the healing work that I've done through the space and time when I know that you have been using quantum illumination Reiki has been amazing. Like I said, a year's difference and even less than that because like we hadn't even started the classes when I went, you know what? This is not my place. Like I literally quit 2 weeks before that class started because I got to be in the like live in that first class and that was the first week that I was not working. Um
Right.
but yeah, because I was like, wow, timing. Okay.
Yes, I'm
Definitely supposed to
remembering.
be here. What about this synchronicity? Because it was not planned. Not
Yes.
planned at all. Um and I will always stand on the sincerity of you. Um, you are, you fully engulf and are the being of what you put forward. Like I've never questioned or doubted the work that you do for the people that you do your work with. And just knowing you and how you are. I love the fun flow, play, and ease, the way you teach things. Um and and so yeah, so all of that kind of combined just to me says the perfect package.
Yeah, thank you.
So
I love this so much. And I I have to ask too, because I've had this come up several times myself, but you have, and I know we've talked about this before, but I think this is a really important conversation. Like you have a really strong faith with God, where a lot of
yes.
the spiritual community is, universe, source. And I always say God, source, universe, because, whatever your higher power is, I think is important and that's good. And it's not like good for you, but it's like, that's great. I'm so glad for you, right? And
Yes.
and
Hmm.
and so when it comes to like owning the fact, because you really stepped into the own it energy, like that dial has gone up this year a lot. And so with you like coming quote out of the healer's closet, stepping more and more into your power, what has that been like when it comes to really harmonizing this with your belief and your faith in God?
um Honestly, it to me it feels like it goes hand in hand. It it just felt like it fit together. I said something the other day. One of the ladies that I work with was making a comment on my outfit because I was wearing like this cute little purple dress and I had like these little ankle high boots on. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, it looks kind of witchy." And I was like, "That's the vibe. That's the vibe. That is exactly what I was going for." And I can't even remember how like what the comment was, but I was like, "Oh yes, ma'am. I am firm in my faith. I fully believe. Like, do not take that the wrong way." I said, "However, I will always be a healer. I That is my vibe. I fully am here for that. Like, I rest in both houses. Like, it's it's you just have to be open minded enough to process and think and I feel like sometimes people that have faith kind of get blinders on, whereas also people that don't have that same faith have those blinders on. There
Yeah.
are extremes on every side of every group in every place in every way. Like, but at the same time there are those that are in the same space that I am in, that have that firm faith, that have that firm belief, and that is my power source. I fully believe that God um, made this available, like made this ability, gave me the, led me, like, yes, I free will, free choice, but he put those opportunities in front of me and gave me the opportunities to make those choices and to come to this decision and to this conclusion. And if and it's the one thing that I will always say, like, I know that they say that God is all powerful. We were created in God's image. why why would we not have skills and abilities of amazing levels as well? Like, it's not to come against him, it's to work with, it's to do
Mm.
his bidding, to do his calling. And that's just, I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah. You're like, and that's how I feel about that.
Right, I'm like, and that's that.
Say
So
and that. So mic
say
drop. Okay. See you later.
yeah.
Truly, like, truly, and always love and appreciate your perspective because, like, in the healing industry, in the Reiki industry, there's definitely a lot of like religious trauma. There's a lot of people that are like, okay, well, I don't believe this, and I'm like, that's amazing. You don't have to believe anything, or or any specific thing, and whatever you feel is aligned for you or whatever is true for you is perfect and powerful. And I love when you bring this conversation forward, because it's like, well, what if we could coexist? What if this was part of his plan? What if, like, why would he give me these abilities if I can't use them, right? And I think this is so amazing. And like my youngest son, like my oldest son is like he believes in like the Norse gods. Colin is very strong in his faith, and Matt and I are just neutral. And it's like, what a mixture in one house. And they're like, and mom does Reiki, and hey mom, I'm gonna text you, and hey, can you send me some Reiki? And like, but what if it all got to coexist and it all got to be okay, right?
Yeah. Yes. And my oldest son is very firm in his faith. And he actually the other day he was like, Mom, is what you do a sin? Is incense bad? Is it no, sir? No, sir. Let's take it back to the Catholic faith. And not to call anybody out, I'm not calling out by any means, no. But they use incense in the Catholic
Mhm.
Church.
Yeah, yeah.
In any in the Christian belief, we set an altar. There's an altar in our church. It is
Hmm.
an altar to our God.
Yeah.
And there we light candles.
Hmm.
We like there are so many aspects that I think pieces and parts get pulled out and placed in other areas that's not the only place it sits. That's not the
Yeah.
only place that it lies. Like I had incense going when this started and it's I feel that as long as my belief is that what I do is of God and from God, that's what it is.
Yeah. I love that.
And that will be my hill.
Yeah, yeah, right. And I love that your son is asking these questions too, and to be able to have like such open conversations as well. So beautiful. Um, yeah, so good. And okay, so when you were going through level one, you're now in level two, or you just completed level two, a two certificate coming.
Can't wait to see
Uh,
that.
I know. Nobody knows what it looks like, only me.
I know.
Yeah. Maybe my mentor, I might have showed her, and definitely Matt, but he probably doesn't remember. He's like, "Great job, babe. Keep going."
That's good.
Yeah, right.
Doing great.
And our MJ, who is also a healer, she is an amazing designer too. So yes, I can't wait for you guys to see them. But okay, so how are you feeling now in level at the end? There's like so much we can unpack here, but like how are you feeling in at each like point? Let's just start with that. So like after level one, like right around the time level two started, how were you feeling as compared to now?
Um, I feel like I was really just starting to kind of find my footing in that deep confidence. More standing my ground and saying this is me, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Um, that was the beginning of where she was waking up and becoming. So, and that was just like that step out,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, I love that. And I remember too, a few of you guys that were inside of the certification program were noticing, because there's like 18 original like OG founders, right? And
Mhm.
so it was amazing to see the combination of you who we've been working through a lot of different things together for years or for well over a year. And then the women and healers that were coming in that were new to my world or have just like, seen my post or maybe joined a masterclass or whatever, and the differences in where you were. Tell me what that experience was like through the lens of someone that's been through my work before. And just a side note, it's not required to go through like Alchemize or the membership, or the Rising Phoenix has retired, but Untamed Healer or something's coming next year. But like, it's not a requirement. But it's interesting when you have been, because something like your experience is a little bit different.
Yeah, I actually was talking to another person in the group about this on our call that one night. It's kind of funny because I have been working with you for many, many years, and they have been great years. And like I said, like I feel like at the end of level one was really when I was um this version of me was starting to step out. But it's
Mhm.
funny that I say that because at the time, I thought that I was this confident baddie. Like I was like, oh yeah, I've got this. I'm doing that. I'm da 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 da. And my confidence has grown so much. But it's kind of funny because there were so many huge shifts for some of your newer people that were had not been through as many of the courses and the classes that you have done in the past, and they were having these huge moments and these huge ahas and these huge realizations, and myself and this other person were sitting back going, did we miss something? Where's But then at the same time you get to think about it, you're like, wait, that was me last year, that was me, a couple months ago. Like that, literally, I had those shifts, I had those moments, I had those realizations. It was just in one of the other courses that we did. And so while I'm still having shifts, obviously, they're
Yeah.
not they're not those. I don't want to say they're not the huge life altering, because hello, I quit my job and started a whole new career. But like
Oh,
but like you've got ladies writing books, you've got people bringing down their own styles of energy healing, or well, like there's huge things happening with all of these members, and it is amazing. And and so I was sitting back like wondering, like, am I really, like, is this, am I getting this, is this because I and then yeah, I had my moment. I've had my moments coming up to this, and like I said, I quit a perfectly good and stable position and did a 180 on my career, and here I am. So
right?
there's still been huge amounts of growth, even if it's a bite here and a bite there. It There's still so much to learn, and so many possibilities.
Yeah. Yes. And like all of our evolutions are so different. And that's why like our community is so epic. Like I love having the wins channel for you guys to celebrate and see the possibility and potential and also like brag. Like brag, let's brag on ourselves, right? And then
Yes.
also like to be able to share the challenges and see what's coming up for other people and to freaking normalize it because that is important. It's like, am I alone? Am I feeling crazy? Like, what is actually going on? And like, this is where I feel, and this part of the reason why the certification program isn't the you get trained on a Saturday kind of vibe, and that it is the length that it is because there is an evolution that gets to happen. You're not awakening, you're ascending, and it comes in chunks. And another reason why I believe so deeply in long-term mentorship because we get to know each other. I know like so much about every single person inside of there. You know, we know the wins, we know the challenges. You guys connect, and there's so much power in seeing that growth that happens and also understanding like where your evolution had been at that point was so different than other people's.
Yeah. Well, and I've even had moments where I let doubt creep in and questioned myself and questioned things, and when you bring that kind of to the forefront and you've got a tribe,
Mm-hmm.
like there were so many willing to step in and go, hey, I've seen this, hey, we've done this. I even had one of our members reached out to me on our Telegram app and was like, hey, let's chat. And she like we talked so long.
Oh,
But like just helping you to find those wins to stack, helping you to see that that you're really doing this, whether you might have a moment, but you're really doing this.
yeah.
And we're all there for each other in those moments. And it's It's an amazing group.
Yeah, you guys really are. And I didn't know like, I knew every now and then there's going to be conversation, but I didn't realize the depth of conversation that's happening too. And the relationships that are being built. Like, the healers are feeling so alone. And I'm like, but we're not alone. Come in.
Right? We're not, come on over. Come on over. We're right here.
Um, yes. And we power washed each other. Oh, yeah. Seriously. So through level two, what was your experience with the new keys and frequencies?
Oh my goodness. It was I don't like, you hate to use the word dramatic because sometimes people take that as a negative, but like the level of what came with those keys was a dramatic difference. Like it was amazing. It was immediate. It was super impactful. Um, I have a child. Um, but yeah, so like just the way that they came in, the way that they felt, the way that it was immediate awareness and an immediate difference. Like I went out the next day after one of our classes and was like just holding the key that you had taught us, because I knew that where I was and what I was doing, I was like, I need this and I need it right now. And I honestly, I feel like that was one of the huge turning points for me, because I felt like I walked into this place with such confidence and such awareness and such, okay, I've got this. Like people were coming to me and asking me questions about something, and hey, I'm new here.
Yeah.
Like, never
That's
done this. No,
amazing.
I'm sorry.
That's amazing. And two, like, I don't know, we're also trained in traditional Reiki as well, and they don't do this. Not even close. And that's why I love this, like, I don't know, I say that about everything. I love everything about it, but like it's
Same.
so right. I'm like, I love this part so much. And I'm like, I say that like all the time. I just sorry, it's just
I
not
was like, this
hard.
is my favorite key. This is my favorite key. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I love that one too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And they all have such a really cool place. And I love too that one, it activated like confidence that was noticeable with the frequency alone. And I was actually just talking to someone today about the the Marilyn Monroe effect, where you just activate it within yourself, but the activating of the confidence as well. And so and also how that was a great example of like the fun flow play and ease. It's like we're dropping that rigidity. You're not going to sit on a rock and be like, I'm going to practice this with Reiki. It's like, no, actually I'm living my life. I'm going to go to this meeting that I have to go to for work, and I'm going to activate this key and let me see what happens.
Yeah,
And it's that like,
absolutely.
and then you've done it for the day. Like you've practiced it for the day, because that is practicing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the best way to practice, because like you said, sitting on a rock, calling on my Reiki, like what is that gonna what am I doing in that moment? Like that's not gonna stick with me. Being able
Yeah.
to walk into a place where like I don't people a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I'm better at it now. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's like being able to walk into a place full of people, very few that I even knew. Like yes, my school members, my other teachers that I knew from my school were there, but this is a county-wide event. There were a ton of people, and to be able to walk in and just be.
Huge.
Yeah, I
It's
used to
like
like,
the turn.
I know I used, like, I don't want to say I cowered, but I didn't hold my head up. I
Yeah.
didn't hold my shoulders back. And now I walk in like I don't want to say like I own the space because that's a little arrogant, but I walk in like I own me.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
And Okay, I'm here. What? Hey.
Like, man, the Erica before and the Erica now, like here she is. And it's like just the stripping away and coming closer home to you, this you. So amazing. And like, how are you? Because we do QIR through Fun Flow Play and East, and with you being a mom of four, a truck driver wife, hash or like slash retired army wife, now a first grade teacher as well. How are you integrating QIR into your day to day life, even while like, especially while learning it? What does
Um,
that look like for you? Hi, mom.
I do a lot of I I add QIR to my coffee every morning. I stir it in.
Mm, I love
Set
that.
my intentions for the day with what I need. Um, I have utilized QIR on my kiddos to help with high anxiety moments for them. To like my oldest son is an athlete, so I will utilize it to kind of take away any physical ailments. Like if he's hurt, he's right now cross country running and he did not prepare over the summer.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom,
Oh,
I need a nice bath.
uh-huh. I
So
bet you
I'll
do.
infuse his water for his baths with QIR to help support that. Um, I I will hold a key in my classroom in a hot minute if I think my kids in my classroom need it. And honestly, I told you a story last year where I was holding a key in a classroom with a group of fourth graders. And the minute that I dropped them off at resource, two of them, like, all of a sudden decided to not do what they knew they needed to do. And that became an issue. But in my space, they were not an issue. And when they came back to my classroom, they were not an issue in that space before they got called out. Like, I firmly believe that my classroom could have been the issue that in my space that day, if not for QIR. Like, I use it honestly. I feel like it's one of those things where sometimes I don't even think about it, and it just
Mhm.
and I can feel it come across or turn on or whatever verbiage you want to use there. Like, where it's just like, oh, okay, apparently we needed that. Here you go.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I find space wherever I can, like definitely in my van on the way to work with my kiddos, because I want us all to be able to start off on a positive and happy note, even if we've had to struggle that morning. Like, nobody wanted to wake up, nobody wanted to get dressed, whatever the case may be. Like, I will always try to make sure that we start off on a positive note, and I will absolutely infuse our car ride.
Love it. This is so creative. I love that. There's several of you guys that are doing the coffee intentions too. I'm like, I haven't done that for a while. I need to do that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning. But yes, and it's like we drop the rigidity. Like honestly, just the truth is we live busy lives. We're doing things and as much as we want to have 5 hour routines that are like do all the things, I'm like, can I meditate in 10 minutes and do my QIR on the go that's benefiting me and people around me? Great, let's go. Because sometimes
Absolutely. If
that's
I
what
can
you
make
need
the
to do.
vibe around me better with everybody.
Right? And also how you mentioned that it just activates when you need it. Because now my hands are vibrating. But it's like it's it's so amazing because with traditional Reiki you have to actually like call it in and channel it. With QIR, energy is everything. Everything is energy. It's life force energy is always around us and it's going to work with you
Yes.
versus you doing it.
Right. And I have that is something, and I've mentioned it in a lot of our check-ins and things, where if I'm like, I'm going to call on this and this is what I need and this is what's going to happen, and I have like, and even when I'm doing a session, like, I'll have a plan and I'll sit in and I'll get ready, and then that's not what comes. That's not what comes in, and I'm like, okay. apparently this is what we needed. Let's go this route. And then like a portion of my plan will start coming into play or what have you. But it shows up how you need it when you need it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if I don't fight against it, like if I'm like, this is what I wanted to do, that doesn't work out so well.
No.
Mm, no, because that's not fun flow plain ease.
Exactly. It's
That's
like,
forcing something.
right? It's like, actually, let me just come in and let me, it's really like, somebody said it feels more like feminine energy, where it's like, let me just come in and play
Hmm.
versus the masculine, let me sit down and draw the things out. And it's not right or wrong, it's not good or bad. It's just like, it's so natural to
Hmm.
flow.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so good. Okay, so after level two, what was your experience with the attunement and how are you feeling different now after level two versus where you were before?
Um, well, I definitely like we already discussed where I felt like after my attunement, some things that I was willing to excuse, some feelings that I was trying to put aside were like, no, no. I actually walked into school the next morning crying because my feelings were like, no, ma'am, you have to deal with this. And so, like definitely opening it, it opens you up to realize like, this is okay. This is not okay. You oftentimes say like, if your body says no, it's a no. If your body says yes, it's a yes. Like you have to lean into to who you are and what your body is telling you. And I feel like it definitely opened that up a lot more for me, where I had maybe found some loopholes to not really, you know, like I hate to say that, but you know, we all find a loophole somewhere. But but, but like it was like, oh, you know what? Nope, that's not okay. Come back over here and feel this. Come back over here and deal with this because this is what's holding you back. This is what's blocking you right now. Open up and allow. And honestly, just when I think like that I can't get more confidence or that I can't feel more comfortable and confident in who I am, or if I feel like there's not another boundary I can draw,
Oh yeah,
opportunity
watch me.
arises. Hey, watch me. I got you. Let's do this. Okay. Like I just wouldn't like I said after beginning QIR level one when I first started, I was like, yeah, I'm a baddie. I got this. And then at the end, I was like, ooh, watch me now. And it's like each time I level up, it's like, wow, okay.
Yes.
And here I am.
Yes. And it's almost like instead of it being like a loud confidence, I don't want to say calm. It's like a deep knowingness. It like anchors in. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not, it can't be disrupted.
Yes.
I feel like you can't, I obviously there's opportunity. Confidence can be shaken, but like
Right.
it's going to take a lot
Yeah.
at this point. Like it's kind of what you take me or you leave me. I'm which is a big statement for me because I'm very much on I need like I was a people pleaser.
Mm,
That's what I did. Like everybody has to like me. Everybody has to, you know, lean on Erica. She's here. Hey, let me, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, sir. Let me make this happen for you. Let me do. And now it's like, oh,
no.
that's not okay right now. But you know what? I'm still here. Like I'm here. Not gonna do that, but I'm here.
Yeah. And it's interesting when we get to that point because there's a lot of pushback, but it's like I feel fine. So you just have to go whatever that is for you. Like obviously we're not saying that, but it's like, whatever that is for them, that's a reflection of their own stuff. And we get to be in the eye of the storm in our own peace, whatever capacity that looks like.
Yep.
Ugh, I love this so much for you. Okay. What would you say to someone that's thinking about joining, has been on the fence or has been like just discovering? Because we've got a lot of like new people coming into our community and our world now. And so, what would you say to them if they were thinking about or they are seeing QIR for the first time? What would you want them to know and about joining?
Yep. If they could see me a year ago, if they could see the change that it has brought, this is like I and there aren't any words, I don't think, but like I don't believe that. I feel like like I knew that whatever you opened here with QI, like I knew. I knew that it was for me. I knew that it was my path. And I feel like it's more about letting go of the fear and just saying, yeah, yeah, that's for me. And trust that it will support you through it. Like it will.
Yeah.
It has supported me every step of the way. It has guided me. Um and I just don't think there's a reason not to. So
I just knew something like that was coming.
I
Like,
try not to throw those kind of statements out there, but honestly, there's
but
there's
like,
not a reason to not do it.
it's like, what? But what do you mean you're waiting? Like, what do you mean? And,
Don't
we
wait.
try
Don't
like,
wait.
but truly, like, I always trust in the timing for everyone. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, if it's not your timing, that's fine. You know where to find me. Like, let's stay connected, hang out in my world, catch my vibes. Like,
Yeah.
let's orbit, and when it's for you, like, let's go. But I love like all of you guys say they're like, just do it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love too how you said it supported you every step of the way because I never felt like that with traditional Reiki. I felt like I was constantly like trying to do something where it's like with QIR actually like and especially the way that the program is designed through fun flow, play and ease and now trust. It actually like you
Yes.
feel like you have trust. I don't know how many times I said trust one in one lesson. I was like, we should probably go back. I was like 50 times at least. I'm like, I know I'm beating a dead horse, you guys, but like, I need
Trust.
to hear me louder.
I think you
Like
could
when I
say
got
it
off
one
that
more
call, I
time.
was like, wow, I don't know if I ever want to say that word again. I might have annoyed myself with that one. But truly it just like you like you heal yourself through the program and it's intentional that way because you get to be first. You have to be first. It is not up for discussion. The end. You come first. You can't help anybody else. I hate the phrase you can't pour from an empty cup, but it is true. Like you can't give other people of your like I don't ever want you to give of your frequency, but you can't provide that support for other people if you're not getting it yourself.
Yes. And that was a lesson I had to learn
Yeah. Can't
because
be
I
out here
was
doing the
very,
butterfly
yeah.
effect with broken wings. Like, what do you mean?
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. You cannot. And I was literally the epitome of burning a candle at both ends. Like,
Mm, yeah, no more ending that cycle. Bye.
yeah, we're done with that now. That was kind of
Yeah.
icky. We didn't like that.
Ew. And then obviously, like, I just almost like want to wrap it up with this right here, like us laughing so much. Like, my face hurts from smiling and all of our calls, like even today's attunement, like we got on and Jordan, I was like bouncing in my seat. I was like, I missed your face. And I was like, Gosh, everybody's so serious. We're on a floating rock. Like, calm down. We're getting ready to do an attunement for level two. And most people would be like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm like, we can help you. How's it going?
Okay.
Okay, now we'll chill. I do chill.
Yes. We definitely usually start our calls with a good hey girl, hey.
Yeah, yes, because life's too serious and we get to be connected and I love that. Our community is so amazing. So is there anything that we didn't talk about that you're like, oh, I wish we would have covered this, or any last words that you want to leave and people with?
Mm. I was like, I feel like I feel like we usually touch on just about everything that I want to talk about. Like the way that that we do this is so it's very comfortable. It's a very confident setting.
Yeah.
So but no, I feel like we hit on everything that I wanted to talk about. Just honestly, just to reiterate if QIR has ever been a possibility and it's ever anything that you've thought about, most definitely find your time, find your space because it's definitely worth it. And like I said, it supports you through every step. It supports you along the way, and the community that will surround you as well is amazing and top notch, and will support you throughout constantly. I've never had any doubt that our community would support through anything.
Yeah. Our community is the best. I always love reading your guys' like feedback from each level and community. That's a through line for every single one of you. Every single one of you says the community is amazing. And I'm like, that's because you guys are amazing. You guys are doing that. I might have put you guys all together, but you guys are doing it. And it's just like, you guys are awesome. I'm so grateful. So amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I know you had a long day and for your energy and your love and your excitement and your joy. Always, always so excited to be able to spend time with you. And
Yes.
yeah, and I will, if anybody wants to follow you, if they want to experience QAR through you, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Um, I I have TikTok, but Instagram and Facebook is really where I spend most of my time right now. I want to get better at TikTok, but I would say just look for me on Facebook or Instagram. Um, and I will almost always catch those messages or DMs and get back with people pretty quickly. And yes, I do check in case there's any of the like the messenger requests, like I check in
Yeah.
that as well because I know sometimes they get knocked
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. So I'll tag you that way if people have questions, they want to experience your vibe, that they absolutely can. Amazing. Thank you so much, Erica.
Thank you so
And
much.
you're welcome. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.